Hello, everyone, and welcome into the DAF Media Network in-store tonight. An FCIAC Lacrosse clash between the Darien Blue Wave as they travel up north to face the Wilton Warriors. I'm Owen Heffron, joined alongside Will Jennings for this one. Will, talk about these teams and some keys to the game.
Yeah, I think for Darien, it really starts with getting that attackman core going. We saw Brady Picorni and Porter Barnett last game. They, saw some struggles at X. They were trying to work that two-man game, and, New Canaan did a great job of just isolating them, keeping them to the outside. But tonight, I think this is a great opportunity for, Max McBride, Porter Barnett, and Brady Picorni to step up. And a key moment, this point in the season, not their best record, but this is a game that can kind of shift momentum for the Wave.
Yeah, Darien sitting at 7-5, 4-1 in the FCIAC conference. The last time Wilton beat the Blue Wave was about 5 years ago in 2019 when they defeated Darien 4-3. And at the moment, Darien is second in the FCIAC West standings behind New Canaan, but Wilton is right on their tail at third. The battle of two teams fighting for first, trying to claim that Rams spot on the FCIAC is coming right up here on the DAF Media Network. Face off in just a couple seconds now.
Yeah, and another key note, we haven't seen Wilton all year, but Connor Flanagan, the LSM captain for this team, going to Utah next year. He's a guy you got to look out for. He's going to be on Briggs McGuckin, who's had a stellar year thus far, but that's a matchup we're really going to focus on this game. Two of the best players in the FCIAC going at it today.
Ball's on the ground to start, picked up by the Warriors. Now making a run is Flanagan, the man you just talked about. Far side now, Warriors with it first. Ryan Smith on the far side with it. Smith taking his time at the 40. Connor Baciccio passes over Joey Haggerty. Far side again, Warriors taking their time. Goes back to Haggerty. Haggerty in the attacking end. Flings it back. Ryan Smith. Smith inside, falls down. Blue Wave sticks, ball's free.
Yeah, good slide there from Mark McNamara. That looks like it was a push out of bounds.
Things are getting chippy immediately. Connor McAndrews pushed out of bounds by the Blue Wave.
All around good communication for the first possession. D were talking, and Mark McNamara able to get that two slide, get the ball loose, and get this clear going for the Wave.
Hendrickson now. Darien trying to get in the Warriors' end, smothered now by white jerseys. Still running through all the way, flips it up and under. Ball's loose. Everyone fighting for it, now up in the air. Speared out. Bilodeau chasing after it for the Wave. Still on the ground. Now finally scooped up by number 32, Jack Schwartz.
Yeah, that's arguably their best closed defenseman there, going to Loyola Maryland next year. See, he can really do it all, pushes in transition. He's a ground ball warrior, and he's able to, steal another possession for this Wilton team. It's going to be crucial today. You're playing Darien, got to get on them in the ride, and you got to, steal those possessions back when you can on ground balls.
Number 19, Cale Dexter with it. Flings it back behind now. Andrews looking to make some moves. Baciccio, the face-off man. Turns on the Jets. Flings it behind. Now at X. Back up top to Dexter. Dexter still has it. McAndrews now. Whistle blown.
You see already these two-way middies for Darien playing great defense. Saw that in New Canaan.
McBride now pump fakes. McBride is sophomore.
So Wilton was trying to invert at X. Morgan Rubenstein calls for the switch. Darien able to go the other way with it, but Briggs and Morgan doing a great job defensively this year. Just basically like glue on their defenders.
There's a move. Oh, falling to the turf. Laundry flies. As I believe that was number 16, Wes Scallon.
It was
Maybe
Briggs McGuckin.
McGuckin, number 12.
Yeah, he's been doing that all year, just using his feet and drawing a ton of man-ups for this team. Seen him do it in the clear. Seen, him take a ton of checks from the ride, and right there just takes it GLE, and he gets fouled. He's shooting.
Yeah, that's Trevor Galligan, a sophomore in net for the Warriors, not Quinn Silva, their senior captain. Perhaps something the Blue Wave could capitalize on in this one.
Looks like a box and one look from the Wilton D here. You see that crease is being occupied by number 50 for Wilton.
Number 50, Brody Hess, senior midfielder. Corny at the top. Now McGuckin. Some good defense. Pushes the Blue Wave back. McGuckin flings across. Passes drop. Scooped up again. Can't get the shot through. Ground ball now. And scooped up by Wilton. Sticks clack. Another bouncing ground ball. Scooped up by the Blue Wave defense. A lot of contact. Another flag. We'll get some whistles. Jake Hendrickson was in the middle of that pile.
Looked like Mark McNamara got the loose ball there. Just trying to clear past the midfield line, but one too many extra checks, and he goes down. So the Wave, if that penalty already expired, just a 6-on-5, but could be a 6-on-4 look here. We saw on that last man up, right, Owen? They love to utilize that skip pass. They're trying to get it to the alley where they can get a, 10-yard step down look. And that's something they've been doing all year. As you saw Briggs, the little no-look pass, skip pass right over, and it wasn't able to capitalize. But, the Wave have a lot of interesting plays on this man up, and curious what they'll run here.
McGuckin has the ball midfield. Gets it over to Rupenstein, his fellow captain. Now at X. It's Barnett back to Rupenstein. Up top, McGuckin. Corny directing his teammates now. Behind the cage. Here he goes. McGuckin is shot off the post. Possession stays with the Blue Wave. Still a man up here. Rupenstein. Porter Barnett. The Richmond commit. Trying to get past Owen Theo Herides, number 7 for Wilton, and gets back up before flinging it to Rubenstein. Rubenstein, bounce shot, and he scores.
Darien at X there. They get Bilodeau for the switch. It's a shorty on Porter Barnett. So initially you think he's going to dodge. He's going to take that from GLE to the cage. But he's able to draw and dump right to Rubenstein. And that bouncer's been working for him all year, as that's another one on his total for the year. But really it's been Rubenstein and McGuckin getting it done for this Wave team. It's come from the midfield. And that's a great start here for the Blue Wave.
The Bates Lacrosse commit puts the Blue Wave up 1 early. And it's Mariska versus Connor Baciccio on the face-off. Ground ball. Whistles and it'll go to Wilton. Baciccio and Mariska both get off. Harry Polito now. It's around Lancaster. As that one goes out of bounds. Hagan in his own end. Quick stop from the Blue Wave defense as now they look to make something happen on the offensive side. Lancaster slows things down a bit. There's a long stick on him and throws it over to Luke Caesar. Now behind the net. Looking for the open man, finds him. Behind, out in front. Now a shot and another one.
Great ball movement there. We saw Picorni swing it to X, and one more pass, tic-tac-toe. Elliot Lancaster goes low to high and absolutely rips that one as it goes, looked like far side high from Lancaster, and he gets one more to his total. So 2 middies thus far getting it done for the Wave, and a big jump out lead. We saw after that loss in New Canaan, definitely need a lead like this.
And Darien lost 3 of their last 4. Sit at 7-5, like we mentioned in the intro, and on their 4th game of a 5-game road matchup streak is here's McGuckin now. Got to be careful here for the Warriors. McGuckin will hold on to it and fling it behind to his fellow captain and Porter Barnett. Will Fisher wait in front of him.
Yes, so far, Barnett and Picorni doing a lot better this game of just dodging to feed. They were a little bit too relaxed last game against New Canaan. We've seen 2 key assists thus far from those major attackments for Darien.
Barnett with Fisher still in front. Barnett makes a move. Barnett inside, and he nets one.
Yeah, Barnett will get you from X. If you put a shorty on him, he's going to dodge, and that's something he does very well, is just elevating from GLE, increasing his angle, and then letting that stick, do the work for him. He's fading away from the goal, but he knows his angle, he's got his stick towards the net, and he's able to just bounce that low and away. And that's something that if you're the Wilton Warriors, you might want to adjust. You definitely cannot leave a shorty on Porter Barnett back there. He's a very shifty player.
Kevin Pearsall now comes on and plays some Mariska for this face-off, and he wins it. Going to smack that heavy, and he loses the ball. Now a stick is free. Ball on the ground, flipped up.
And they still have Fisher on Barnett, so look for him to attack here on the dodge.
That he's doing. Here goes Barnett inside, scores again.
And what did I just say, Owen? You cannot leave a shorty on Barnett. Oh, they're going to call the crease violation. We almost saw 2 shorty goals. But that's a mismatch, right? You can't leave the D midi there. because he's just stranded. There's no help, and it's too easy of a dodge.
Barnett with almost his second of the first quarter. William almost called it. And now Wilton will get a look. Will Vigiano now. Now up top, here's Joey Haggerty. Behind the net, ball's loose. Easy pickup. Hagen clamps down on it. Trying to fight for it, whistle blown. Now a little chippy now in front of the net between McNamara and I believe number 22, Will Vigiano. Junior going after a freshman. Connor Lane flings it to midfield. Corny loses it. There's a man you talked about, Connor Flanagan. Ground ball. Great job to pounce on it was the Warriors, but Barnett has it. Barnett showing off the speed. Barnett also a member of the Darien High School golf team. Interesting that we can play two sports so different from one another with how fast-paced lacrosse is versus how slow-paced the game of golf is. Caesar at the top trying to get by Brody S. And now a shot. That one just off the mark. But Corny trying some acrobatics. Blue Wave still have it though. Now backing around. Loses the ball. Is able to safely get it to their goalie Galligan. And the Warriors here with 1:25 left to play. Jack Costello trying to get past the sophomore Wes Scallon. Looks like a timeout called here. Timeout by Wilton is they're down 3-0, 1:20 left to play in this first quarter. Here at Fujitani Field in Wilton, Connecticut. The Wilton girls lacrosse team also in attendance. Just a few hours ago, they were able to take down the Darien girls lacrosse team, so they're here cheering on their male counterparts.
Yeah, what a crazy game that was. Addison Patillo with 3 goals to tie it up, and Wilton eventually comes away with it. But she was just named an All-American, the UNC commit. That was a great one. It was just on the other field over there. Forget what it's called, Lily Field, I believe, but just a great matchup. Two of the best girls teams in the country going at it.
There's a good crowd today here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Well, the Warriors don't just play lacrosse, also play some football here too. Warriors break their huddle. Coming out now, looking to make something happen in this last 80 seconds.
Yeah, Darien, what I've liked so far, they're doing a lot better of just controlling their pace. They're pushing in transition when, the fast breaks are there. But they're also slowing it down, getting to their sets, and just playing settled offense, something they struggled with against New Canaan.
Haggerty goes behind. Now a shot. Hagen brick walls him. Grant Solomon couldn't get it past. Hagen comes all the way out to get it to the big man Hendrickson.
Yeah, you really can't score on Hagen from, more than 15 yards out. Those step downs, he'll eat those up. He's really good at framing those outside shots. So against Hagen, you really got to get inside, get those crease looks. Because as we've seen this season, he's been dominant on those step-down looks.
Yeah, been dominant for most of his seasons as a member of the Blue Wave, 4-star commit, and of course going to Loyola, Maryland next fall. Now inside shot just too high for Morgan Rupenstein, looking for his second of the contest. McBride gets there, however, so Blue Wave will retain it here. McGuckin, spin move at the top. Pachiccio on him. Guckin winds up. Blocked by Galligan as he falls to the turf. 4 seconds left. Horn will sound. That'll be it for the first quarter of play. So Darien, 3 goals from 3 separate players. Rupenstein, Lancaster, and Porter Barnett. Barnett almost got another one called off due to a crease violation in second quarter of action. Coming right up on the DAF Media Network right after this quick break.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.
Wilton wins the face-off over a lost stick. It's Darien ball. Bonner was able to scoop it up, get it to Lancaster.
We haven't seen that Wilton ride much today. They've been pretty relaxed. And if you're playing Darien, you know you got to get on them in the ride because they've been sloppy in the clear game this year. So just look for that as we start this second quarter.
Caesar here. And last time these two teams faced off last year, there's a shot and another goal. Porter Barnett finally gets his second. He was looking for it since the first.
Yeah, they pitch it to the point where Barnett's already set up for a dodge. And you know what Darien loves to do so much is they pick down for their attackman. Right there, Caesar picks down, and he's able to get the mismatch for Barnett just sweeping across the field. And that's a sidearm, low and away shot. So Barnett already has 2. 1 got called off, but as we said, these attackmen need to come up today, and they've been coming up big.
Dylan Weibel here taking the face-off. So we've seen 3 different face-off guys for the Blue Wave. With Weibel, Mariska, and Pearsall. Ground ball now. Stick is lost, still on the ground. Who has it now? Goes out. Goes to the Blue Wave. Like I was saying, Will, last time these two teams faced off, it was a close one, 9-8. Darien won, not very close as of right now. Rupenstein makes a run far side. Caesar to Bilodeau. Bilodeau, left-handed sophomore. He looks for some space and shot doesn't go through. Barnett.
We got a short stick right now on Brady Picorni, looking to lock him off, just shadowing him down there.
Flanagan did a great job of getting that one away from Briggs McGuckin. Now Warriors ball. Oh! Owen Theoharides lowers the shoulder.
Yeah, just like football. No, he's committed to Fordham next year. And that was just ran over McGuckin.
My goodness. Boom. See it again now. It's Darien on the attack. Picorni hasn't found pay dirt just yet. Here we go. Rubenstein inside. Was looking for Ryan Thurlow. Couldn't connect. Here goes Will Fisher. Short stick defensive midi. Spin moves and stays on his feet on the far sideline. Gets it to Will Vigiano. Haggard near side. Hendricks in there. Defense for the Blue Wave, also another multi-sport athlete on this roster, plays basketball. Here goes Haggerty. Some good defense from Jake Hendrickson. Behind the net is Ryan Smith. Smith behind, now in front, a shot. That one misses. Vigiano far side. Grant Solomon, guarded by Connor Lane. Now Haggerty in midfield. Haggerty, good swim move. Pachichio.
Yeah, not too much off-ball movement right now for Wilton, allowing Darien to just stay with their man. They're trying to set up a dodge here.
McAndrews down low. Stuffed by Hagan. Dropped to his knees and made the save. Now ball in front. On the ground. Hit can't be scooped up yet. Rowan Levine trying to grab it. Wilton has possession. 7.5 left to play for halftime. Now inside. Gets around Hagan and scores. Ryan Smith, the senior midfielder, gets Wilton on the board.
Yeah, that's a great move there. He's got the alley dodge. He's able to take it to GLE, and he's met there by the slide, but he fakes top side, just goes underneath, and that's too easy. He's on the crease, just one or two fakes, and that's Wilton's first goal of the day.
5 hold him there. Went down below. Big stick of Carter Hagan. Mariska's back out for the face-off for the Wave. Still Connor Pachuccio for Wilton. Mariska to himself, but couldn't quite scoop it up. Now taken by his teammate. Here's Lancaster. They're hockey teammates as well. Now on the ground. Lancaster tried to get there at the last second. Harry Polito near side with his long stick. Flings it back to the sophomore goaltender. Long pass down the field. Another long pass. Wilton moving decently far up the field now. Kale Dexter right around the 40. Pressure being applied from Will Bremer. Wilton loses possession, now scooped up by the Wave. Far side. Now in. Barnett with it. Great drop from Thurlow to get all the way down, find the senior. Here's Max McBride. Bride finds McCorney. Hard pass over to Thurlow. Barnett now. Barnett backs way up. Right in front of him is Will Vigiano. Switch, and that was a long stick on him. Barnett tries to get through. Whistle as Vigiano falls to the ground.
I think they called the ward right there on Barnett. So he was trying to get past his defender, just stuck out the elbow, but looked like Darien had something there. Been trying to pick for Barnett a lot today. And as Wilton gets the ball here, a guy we haven't talked about a lot, Mick Andrews, had a crazy performance the other day against Staples as they were able to upset Staples. I believe he had 3 goals in that one, number 51 for Wilton. So just something to point out here before this possession.
Yeah, his counterpart in Briggs McGuckin, his opponent, also had a great game against Staples. Both these teams are able to take down the former state champions. Haggerty looking for something. Finds Dexter. Dexter inside to McAndrews. Haggerty. Here's Dexter. Dexter spin move inside. Errant pass. That one goes backwards. Waiting for it at the 50. Knocks it in. Scooped up by Bonner. Great pump fake. Still carrying it. It was Bonner. Finally finds Thurlow. Timeout called by the Blue Wave.
Bonner been so good this year at just getting those loose balls and pushing in transition. Saw that pump fake there. Gets past the midfield line, but Wilton definitely pressing back a little bit. They've had a few more, settle possessions this quarter. We didn't really see them get any settle possessions in the first quarter, so definitely seeing some pushback right now from that Wilton team.
This is a Darien team that is currently outscoring their opponents. If we factor in these goals, 128-73, but still just a tad over 500.
Really the result of just, having a tough out-of-state schedule. Played St. Anthony's, Chaminade, and really just had a gauntlet of a year thus far. Just started out, Darien likes to test their players early, but definitely hasn't progressed with the best record. So this is a key game for them to just pick up slack and keep it going and get that momentum towards playoffs.
Yeah, if Darien isn't playing in the FCIAC, they're playing some of the best teams in the region or possibly even the nation, like you mentioned. Fairfield Prep, Brunswick, Manhasset, Yorktown, St. Anthony, Chaminade, Mamaroneck they have, and they play a team from New Jersey with Chatham at the very end of the year. So head coach Jeff Braymeyer, another hard schedule for him and his team to face. Right now handling FCI competition pretty well as they are 4-1 in their specific region, with their only loss coming to New Canaan just in their last game where they could only net 5. Lost that one by 2. McCorney now. Pass behind. Flings it across. Bilodeau. Here's Rupenstein, a shot down low. Galligan with the stick save. Blue Wave still with it. That one's wide. Here's the sophomore, Ryan Thurlow. Sports run his family. His brother Patrick is at Villanova. Now out in front. McGuckin couldn't completely corral that one. As that one goes out. Out of bounds the back end, excuse me.
Darien right now just doing a good job of chasing their shots, following up those missed shots, getting possession back. Had a pretty long possession here, but we've seen a lot of great off-ball movement, and it feels like they're just on the brink of a goal.
McGuckin out in front, behind the back, and he hits the iron. Nearly a show-stopping goal. But not quite, as Bilodeau falls into his own bench now. Two minutes and 15 seconds left to play.
Smart timeout there. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Wilton just going to hold for the possession. Probably going to hold till zeros here. Get one more good look. Go into halftime, but pretty even second quarter here. Saw the Wave get out early in the first frame, but in a different story here is Wilton goalies hung in tough. Seen a bunch of step-down looks. We just saw that BTB from Briggs McGuckin. He's been tested, but been able to clear and get his guys going north-south.
.204 left before halftime. The longest drought without a goal, I would think, of the game so far. Barnett got his second in this one, and Ryan Smith was able to get one for the Warriors. Lights are on here at Fujitani Field.
Gotta say, one of the best stadiums in the FCIAC. You see the backdrop of the mountains, and you know, if you're a player, you love to play here under the lights. There's nothing better than that. Just got a historic feel to it.
Yeah, the surrounding buildings, nature, and baseball and softball fields as well, right here. It's an all-around great sports complex as both teams retake the field. Head coach Steve Pearsall for the Warriors looking to make something happen. Out in front, Baciccio loses his stick and the ball. And a whistle, and it stays with Wilton, it looks like. So they get another shot here.
Yeah, look for them to dodge from the wing. Done it a couple times. Haven't had much success in their settled possessions, but we've seen them dodge from the wing and try and pick for their midfielders. So definitely going to try and get a look from up top here.
Haggerty has it. Here he goes now. Haggerty shoots and he scores. Joey Haggerty pumped up. Warriors are within 2.
Yeah, and that was the just straight up alley dodge there from Haggerty, as there's no help on the back slide. There's no help on the back side. The slide never comes, and he's able to just take Stephen Mulvaney to the cage and put in a very big goal for Wilton, as they're just 2 down now. And it feels like the Warriors have all the momentum.
Now, risk out there, Liam Smith. It's not Connor Baciccio on the face-off. On the ground, Mariska scoops it up. Here goes Mariska turning on the burners. He wants to stay on the field this time. He shoots one, and he scores.
That's that hockey speed right there. Able to get a face-off win. Darien been struggling all year at the face-off dot. And that kid has wheels both on the ice and on the field. He just takes it to the cage. Slide never comes. It's a fast break look, and he's just able to go basically 0 to 100 and sting the low corner.
My goodness. The usual Fogo man scores, makes the deficit 3 again for the Warriors. Blue Wave now lead 5-2. So what a turn of events.
We've said it so many times before, but that kid is fast as lightning. Basically gone in the blink of an eye. Huge boost for the Wave.
We'll get another whistle with a second and a minute left. Another timeout called. See Darien in their away black jerseys and Wilton on the left side. In their home white. And again, a quick thanks for tuning in. The DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Foundation, the Darien Athletic Foundation.
And that's got to feel good if you're Darien. They haven't had much success at the Face-Off X this year. And Mariska wins it clean. He gets that clamp. He's able to pinch and pop and go the other way. So, you know, that hypes up the sidelines. And when a guy like that, a Fogo, gets involved, usually a quick turn of the tides.
Yeah, Fogo face off, get off. Mariska didn't want to get off, and he capitalized on his chance. Both teams waltzing back out. Elliot Lancaster just holding on to it. Finally approached by Will Fisher. Now a shot down low and it's wide. Max McBride looking for a low shot. Thurlow swings to Picorni. Brady Picorni still hasn't found the net and now has it taken away. Will Fisher.
Yeah, both teams really like that two-man game from the wing. Will Fisher, great steal and transition there.
And Will Fisher dancing down the field. Now Haggerty, the man who just scored for Wilton, goes to the same spot. Wants to shoot. Tries to find a teammate. Great interception. It's flung all the way down. Open look. And a goal. What a pass. What a shot.
Yeah, that's Ryan Thurlow, the sophomore. And Owen, you just see how much speed this Darien team has, as Hendrickson gets the steal and looks up with 2 seconds on the clock, flings it all the way down to Thurlow. And he's just breaking away in transition, an unsettled goal for Thurlow. But that's really the name of the game for Darien. And we saw it in hockey, and now we're seeing it in lacrosse. They've got speed all over the field.
Mariska and Thurlow, both hockey players, showing off their speed. It's 2 straight quarters with 3 goals for the Darien Blue Wave as they're up 6-2, and that's 6 goals from just 5 players, Will. 6-2 is your score at halftime. Wilton jogs in the locker room. Both teams will talk things over. Wilton will hope to come back. Darien looks to hold on to a big lead. We'll be right back in the DAF Media Network after halftime.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Start of the second half, about to get underway. Liam Smith and Weibel going at it. Smith can't pick it up. Now flips it up to his teammate. Number 16, Connor Baciccio, who started this game as the face-off man. Dexter at the top. Now it's Baciccio. Good move. Get around McGuckin. Back to Dexter. Trying to get around Connor Lane. Will Vigiano, now Haggerty. Haggerty already scored in this game. Baciccio goes around, circles back. Haggerty looks inside, switches hands.
Still trying to dodge from the wing, but just haven't really had any success yet. Saw them set multiple picks there. Try and get an alley dodge, but Darien's been up for the task. Been good on defense, really good communication, calling for the switch multiple times, and just Wilton hasn't gotten the mismatch they've been looking for.
Ryan Smith with it now. McGuckin falls down. Warriors still have it. Baciccio spin move. Baciccio down low. Was that in? Say no. It was real close.
Feel like it was a double post there. May have been inside post over the goal line.
Extremely unlucky for Connor Baciccio. You know, the Blue Wave with a chance.
I mean, that was a great rollback to his strong hand. But fortunately, not able to get that one to go, as Darien is going to have their first settle possession of the half.
Corny at the top. Corny having trouble finding the net so far in this one. Couple wide shots. Porter Barnett with it now. Barnett out in front. Finds his teammate. Open shot and just sails it.
Darien was trying to create some confusion on the crease there. We saw Brady Picorni clear through and opened up the lane for Morgan Rubenstein to take that step down.
Rubenstein looking for a second. He scored the first one of the game for the Wave. Oh, here's a shot from McBride off the top of the cage. Blue Wave still with it now. 8.5 left in the third. Sun setting here over the mountains. Open look. Picorni finds a teammate. Spin around shot, but the ball falls free. Warriors have it. Behind and it's stripped. Great shot from Galligan to get it, though. Goalie past midfield.
It looked like Darien had them on the ride there. Multiple strips in the clear, but Galligan, as you said, just came up huge and called for the midi back. You don't see that a lot from the goalie, but what a huge play on the clears. Feels like Wilton really needs to value their possessions, down 4.
McAndrews. Sophomore attackman, and now by his teammate number 24, Charlie Clune, but has it taken away. Now midfield, Aaron pass. Bonner reached out for it. What a save to keep it in, but goes right to Wilton. Great shot from McBride, though. Now Baciccio for the Warriors. Finds Haggerty. .650 left to go. Wilton trailing by 4. Across the top at Smith. Baciccio. To McAndrews. Haggerty. Looking for space. Swim moves.
Both of Wilton's goals today have come from, transition looks, fast breaks. Haven't really been able to penetrate the defense on settled possessions yet. It's just the two-way middies for Darien, who've been closing off top side all day long.
Next shot from Ryan Smith went wide. Here's Vigiano trying to get around Hendrickson. Haggerty again now. Here goes the junior. Baciccio spin move. No over number 25, Grant Solomon. Now pass down low, bounces. Bonner trying to scoop it up. Still on the ground. Connor Lane finally gets there. Hagen kind of slows things down a bit. Goes back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson sidearm fling around midfield to find his fellow defenseman in Connor Lane. Being guarded by Jack Costello. Finally, ball comes loose. Still picked up, and now shot bounce and saved by Galligan. Connor Lane finds himself on the opposite side of the field. Mulvaney flings it in. High pass. Couldn't find Picorni. Now here go the Warriors. Haggerty. Open look. Shoots. Easy save for Carter Hagen. Didn't quite have the angle. As this just back and forth with possession. Two teams playing hot potato in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, Darien's just been too sloppy on the clear to start the second half. They really haven't gotten it to their guys in space. Guys like Briggs McGuckin, Stephen Mulvaney. It's created a ton of turnovers.
Here we go. There's one. There's one for Wilton. How about that? The defenseman and the captain, Nate Rath.
Nate Rath, brother of Caleb Rath. They have a long legacy here at Wilton. And he's able to just take it down Broadway. And usually, you see like those long pulls, they're going to flip it to the point and try and get 2 extra passes in there and just, create some rotations on defense. But right there, no one slides, so he just takes the shot, step down, and gets Wilton back in this game, just 3 down.
Wilton strikes first in the third. Now they're down by 3. It's Liam Smith. Dylan Weiler going at it. Smith wins it to himself. Now finds Baciccio. Trying to get around the vine. Dexter. Haggerty. Haggerty working on lane. Haggerty inside, flings one wide. Almost for Joey Haggerty.
So far, Wilton's done better on the clear. They've done a great job on the ride. They really came out this half and, have kind of made some adjustments and been able to get a ton of extra possessions as a result.
McAndrews, fellow attackman, and Baciccio. Now Dexter. Dexter shakes one. Goes behind, down low to Hagan. Laundry on the field.
Yeah, and that's Mark McNamara in the box, so Wilton going to have their first man-up look of the game. And if you're Wilton right now, just down 3, this is probably the biggest possession of the game. Can get you back to just a 2-goal deficit. And the way things have been playing this half could be crucial.
Like I said, a huge opportunity here for the Wilton Warriors. 3.5 left. Ryan Smith. McAndrews at the top, long shot. Off target. Grant Solomon here. Finds Flanagan. Now a shot from McAndrews. Off the bounce. Hagan scoops it up.
Interestingly enough, they have Flanagan out here, the LSM, on the man up. You don't really see that a lot, whether it's at the collegiate level or at the high school level. Using him as part of the man up. And right there, another ride gets them the ball back.
Yeah, Stephen Mulvaney couldn't avoid the Warrior pressure. Here we go, Warriors still man up.
Seeing it time and time again, Darien just too sloppy on the clear. Not taking care of the ball right now, and it's allowing Wilton right back into this game.
McAndrews has it. Mulvaney in his face. McAndrews loads up. Hagan snatches it out of the air.
What a year for Carter Hagan. Seems like every single time there's a step-down opportunity, he robs the opposition.
Connor Lane. Now Lancaster about midfield.
Wilton still man up. They're not really pressuring the ball here as Darien gets back to even.
Great job there to kill it. Here's Lancaster. Gets by Fisher. Flings it behind to Barnett. Porter Barnett with it. Lancaster. Lancaster fires one. Just right side of the net. Remember, Wilton without their senior goalie captain, Quinn Silva. Sophomore Trevor Galligan protecting the net. Rupenstein trying to get around Jack Costello. So to Barnett, his fellow captain. Or excuse me, Barnett is not a captain, but just a fellow commit. Barnett inside, flings one up and under too high. Nearing the end of the third quarter now. Darien maybe looking for one last shot. 10 seconds left to go, and Barnett wants it. I went front down low. Galligan with the stop. Flings it up into the air. Bouncing ball. In the end of the third quarter. Darien couldn't find the net in that one.
Yeah, usually we just see Porter Barnett kind of dodging to feed, but this game it's been a lot of Porter Barnett dodging to score. They've had a ton of plays drawn up for him. Maybe you know, they've liked that matchup at X. I know Picorni has the Loyola-bound Schwartz on him, so ton of attention on Picorni. So Barnett really been the, you know, keystone for the offense this game. They've been focusing on getting a ton of action for him and just going through X with him and allowing him to dodge.
The last 12 minutes of play. Wilton chasing 3. We'll bring it to you right here on the DAF Media Network after this short break.
Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media.
Last 12 minutes of play, the fourth quarter. Liam Smith versus Jack Mariska on the face-off to start. Ground ball, Smith couldn't pick it up.
Way to battle today from Mariska. I know that wasn't a clear win, but he's been standing tall. And I believe he's, around that 50% mark, right where you want to be if you're a Fogo guy. So, definitely progressing as the season moves along.
Here's Ben Bilodeau. Haven't seen much of him in this one. Trying to get past Costello. There's Bilodeau up top of Corney. Corney down low was looking for Rubenstein off his stick. That ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Picorni loves to feed the crease. We saw it earlier with McGuckin. That one didn't go, and right there, Rubenstein, because of how much attention Picorni draws from defenders, usually able to dump it off right to the crease and get easy looks, but not so far this game.
Nate Rath gets it over to number 22, Will Vigiano. Rath defense with a goal in this one, but now the Wave with it. Ground ball, yet to be picked up. It finally is. McGuckin, the midfielder.
Schwartz kind of overplaying McGuckin a little bit, but able to recover. Almost looked like Briggs had a lane there to dodge, but
there's Rubenstein. Now it's Bilodeau. Behind the net, it's Barnett. Number 4 on number 4 with Costello on him. Good move from Barnett. Barnett stick handling now. Fires one, and he scores.
And what did we say earlier? Maybe that goal didn't count, but right there, again, you cannot leave the D midi on Porter Barnett. If you don't have that extra leverage, you don't got that pull on him, he will shake you out of your shoes. And he does right there. Able to sweep across, get top side on Costello. And very similar to his other goal, just gets his hands free, and it's a sidearm rip. top shelf.
His third of the game. Give it a hat trick.
And almost all of his goals coming off that, when they give him a shorty, he's just taking advantage.
Pearsall and Smith going at it for the face-off. Still not picked up. Smith grabs it. Tries to get over to his defenseman. He can, doing his best to keep it in his possession, is Jack Schwartz. There's now timeout called by the Wilton Warriors. With 9:26 left to play, Darien up by 4.
And that's an adjustment you got to make here in that timeout. It's just too many times this game where they've given easy looks to these Darien attackmen. Certainly not out of this game. 7-3. And Lacrosse is, it's a fast-paced game. You can get 4 goals in less than a minute. So
we saw a goal from Ryan Thurlow with 2 seconds left. We'll go right off the rip of the faceoff with Jack Mariska. Definitely anything can happen if they're able to get Darien to be sloppy on the clears like we saw in the third quarter, where they weren't able to score anything. Then there's certainly a good chance that Wilton could capitalize on those as long as they have their open looks and are able to connect. Here's Wilton in the attacking end. It's number 10, Joey Haggerty. Darien able to take it away again. Disappointing possession there for the Wilton Warriors. Now winding up and shooting is Elliot Lancaster. My goodness, his second of the game.
Yeah, and the guys on this team, they call him transition Lancaster, and that's what he does right there. He just pushes in transition. Nobody plays up on him. Doesn't even need a slide. He's just going to step into that one and lace it to the top right corner. Something he does so well is just pushing pace for this team and scoring goals in transition, and there's another one right there.
Overhand shot goes high up. 8-3. Mariska and Smith in the face-off again. Refs discussing who possession belongs to. Now the clock starting. Haggerty circles way behind the net. Stick handling now. Long pull on him. McAndrews back to midfield for Dexter. Dexter behind. Haggerty. Ooh. Haggerty, big move and falls to the turf.
My goodness. What a stick lift there from Will Bonner. He just completely pickpockets his man.
Well, Bonner using his size, 5'11", 165 to his advantage. Going to Tufts next fall for this very sport. Here's Thurlow. Rupenstein back to Ryan Thurlow. Up the top now. There's McGuckin. Now Rubenstein just holding on to it. Barnett now behind the cage. Big hit and he loses footing. Rubenstein and Barnett really just having a toss behind the net. Still behind the goal. Just about halfway done with the second period, or this fourth quarter in the second half of play. Now out in front.
Good trail
Great
check
defensive
there.
play.
Yeah, I was about to say, that was a great trail check there. McGuckin with the C cut on the crease. Unfortunately, they're not able to win the chase, but stops Darien there from scoring and basically putting this one away.
There's Thurlow. Fellow sophomore Bilodeau's right there. We'll give it to him. Rubenstein. Now a whistle and Warriors will have it. Diving check. McAndrews a shot. Hagan stuffs him right in front. Great save from Carter Hagan. Shot from McNamara to get there and keep it in. Now a long pass. McGuckin. Looking for Wes Scallon, couldn't find him.
Yeah, we've seen a couple unforced turnovers from both sides tonight. Hasn't been the cleanest lacrosse game played today, but we've seen on the flip side of that some amazing eye-popping plays and some pretty spectacular goals. Back to the first half with Thurlow.
See, we have is there's one scooped up, but they'll blow the whistle. Keep it right there. Dexter. McAndrews. Trying to get around some long pulls. Flings it. Hagan snatches it. Long pass to midfield. McNamara, Penn State commit. Hits Ryan Smith as he falls down, and now a timeout called by Darien.
Darien's just done a great job today communicating. Saw New Canaan that, they missed some rotations, allowed some easy, shooting lanes to open up in that game, but today they've been very sound defensively. They've communicated on slides, communicated on, the off-ball movement, and it's allowed Hagan to just see the ball. Not too many inside looks for Wilton, and Hagan just doing what he does best, framing up those shots from outside. Having another great day today.
Absolutely. Everyone on this Darien team has been stellar all around, and seems like every year this Darien team comes out and they impress. 4:14 left in the final quarter. Wilton trailing by 5 goals.
Huge game for Darien if they're able to come out with this one. 4 minutes left. you never know in this game of lacrosse, but Darien can get this one and just, get their feet back under them. They'll be, looking good for the rest of the year. Not too many out-of-state matchups. You're going to see a lot more FCIAC play, and this could, be the start of a run for this Darien team. They've got a ton of talent, and their record really doesn't reflect the roster they have this year.
Here's Elliot Lancaster now being swatted at. Still circling around, flag flies. Whistle blown as the ball's lost. Darien goes a man up. Man up with less than 4 minutes to go, down by 5 is not ideal for the Warriors here. And Coach Steve Pearsall. Here's number 12, Briggs McGuckin. Start things off in this possession for the Wave. Bowdoin lacrosse commit. Fourth-year varsity player. And also, not just lacrosse captain, but a football captain as well.
Hear that Darien sideline trying to get this goalie change rattled a little bit. They've been active all day. See the sideline celebrations from them as well after every goal. Certainly a big part of this team is, those guys on the sidelines. A lot of personality to this team. But you also heard a little bit of a pushback from that Wilton parents section.
Yeah, Quinn Silva, senior captain, steps in place of the sophomore Trevor Galligan. Here's Caesar now for the Wave. Silva comes out of the net to play some defense. Bilodeau jumps up, spears it out the air. Being swatted at, still keeps it. Now a shot and it's high.
Great save on the doorstep there. Cuts off the angle. Gets that head of the stick. Meets him at the top of his dodge. Basically a one-on-one on the doorstep, and it's just a great save to come out here late in this game.
Scallon got hit. Scallon keeps getting hit, taking a beating out there, and multiple flags are on the turf. Wilton just getting sloppy on defense in these last few minutes.
Fans certainly not happy with those two flags there.
Well, they like to see their team be physical.
Exactly. Feels like, that physicality, trying to get the ball back. But, gives Darien this man up. And now just a 6-on-3 as they get two different guys there. So you almost never see this.
My goodness. Barnett. Caesar. Bilodeau. Has it. Caesar again. Right back to him. Open look here. Shot and scores. McGuckin gets his. Wouldn't be a Blue Wave lacrosse game if he didn't.
Yeah, that's just the off-ball movement from McGuckin. He's done it all year long, just finding the soft spots. Clearing. Looks like he's just going to clear through and allow allow Rupenstein to dodge there, but he's actually clearing through to cut. And he catches that pass, one pump fake, shakes his defender, and it's a wide open look.
Ground ball off the face-off is taken by Wilton. Here's Rath. The defenseman already has a goal in this one. Last time the Warriors scored in that third quarter. Open look. McAndrews fires one in way high. McAndrews. Haggerty. Back to Dexter. Pachuccio. Behind the net now. Haggerty. A shot from Haggerty is a weak muffin for Carter Hagan.
Really can't speak highly enough of Hagan. I know that Wilton hasn't gotten the best looks on their settled possessions, but Hagan's been there pretty much every time this game. And as a result, Wilton only able to score on those transition looks.
Here's Porter Barnett. Barnett fires one. Looks like sophomore Trevor Galligan is back in the net. So just a couple minutes for Quinn Silva.
McBride just got to keep it in the box here. Excuse me, Wes Scallon. Just a minute left. They got to keep the ball in touch, and this one's over. Definitely don't want to see them get outside.
Looking for Thurlow, high pass. Warriors will have it, 30 seconds left to go in this one. .20 seconds left now. Ryan Smith with it. Going through defenders. Rolls one to McAndrews. McAndrews down low. Still can't net it. Hagan will hold it. Let the clock run out. And that'll do it for this one. Darien takes down the Warriors 9-3. Porter Barnett, lead goal scorer with a hat trick. And just an all-around, from the beginning, domination straight out the gate from the Blue Wave.
Yeah, I really like how Darien just got back to what they do best, which is scoring goals in transition. Using their speed, getting out, and controlling the pace of the game. And, what a performance from Hagan tonight. I mean, even in the games that, Darien's lost this year, he's played crucial minutes, but certainly tonight, only giving up 3 goals. You rarely see that in a lacrosse game, and, a lot of that credit definitely goes to Hagan and the ability from him to just, stare down those step-down shooters.
Darien now outscoring their opponents 133-75 so far this season, nearly double their opponent's amount of goals. And they finish their 5-game road trip in 2 days when they head to the Mamaroneck and play on the 4th at 3 o'clock. And one last time from Fujitani Field. I'm going to have fun join alongside Will Jennings and thank Thanks to this whole DAF Media crew, Leon Chen, Luke Zerby on the cameras, Andrew Maslone doing graphics, Scott Lukey on instant replay, Thomas Aponte directing, and of course, everything overseen by our head advisor, Damien Andrew. Porter Barnett with a hat trick leads the Wave to victory past the Blue Wave. You wash it on DAF Media, a joint venture, the Darien Foundation and Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great rest of your night.